I got a couple of questions here. First off, for anybody that doesn't know, we're based out of Toronto, and Toronto International Film Festival is happening here. Scarlett Johansson said yesterday, she's like, the thing I like about this particular festival, because there's Cannes, and then there's is it Aspen? Or one of the like ski
South by Southwest.
No, one of the ski resort ones, like in the States. There's like a huge film festival in the mountains in the States, not South by Southwest.
No, sorry, but there's a lot of
South by Southwest.
Well, I don't know, Adam.
That's like,
you know what? Will.i.am would get mad at you for being saucy to me right now
because he's probably playing
Film
South by
festival.
Southwest. But she said Sundance. There you go. She said,
Adam, Sundance.
She said that Toronto is much less about what you wear, because in France it's like you better be out on the carpet looking like whatever, and in Canada it's the same, but she said it's much more about the film here than it is about the, hey, I wore this dress and that's going to get me into People magazine and stuff. So Steph, you've been going, right?
A little bit this year, yeah.
Okay.
I've been for the past few years working it.
So talk to us. What's been happening this year? What have you seen? What have you done?
This year has been pretty good so far. The first weekend usually is when all the big premieres happen, and then it kind of like dies down a little bit. But this weekend on Friday, I went to the Q&A. It's actually like an in conversation with, and they'll bring different celebrities and film directors and whatnot. And it was with Ryan Reynolds.
How was that?
It was good. Honestly, there's so much about him out there about how he's like not a good person, but he's so funny.
I think it's a lot of it's coming from his partner. Like coming from him, but because of his partner though, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of bad press.
There's also a lot of bad press about him too.
Oh, really?
There is.
He's looped in with it.
But remember, and this is, you guys are going to laugh at me here. Remember that a lot of that, the whole Blake Lively case against Justin Baldoni is predicated on him hiring bot farms and trying to find terrible things to post about her and pushing. And this weekend, you guys are going to laugh at me, but geopolitically, there were internet cables cut in the Red Sea, and it cut off a lot of internet to parts of Southeast Asia, including India and Pakistan, where a lot of these bot farms are. And so a lot of like mega, like super uber patriot accounts that are, there's no person associated with them. They just kind of, spew crap all the time, stopped posting for like 24 hours. And they usually posting like at least once an hour. And they just stopped because because the bot farms were dead. And so you have to remember sometimes with our favorite celebrities as well, you can go out and you can hire these bot farms and you can make somebody look bad. So you talk about Ryan Reynolds. I mean, that's what happened to Blake Lively. Like people are not acknowledging that. They want to take the Justin Baldoni side, and maybe it's not perfect, but I think that's probably what's happening here too, because I haven't heard anything but good things about this guy.
I know, that's the thing. And even in the industry, like there's a lot of people that we know that have worked with him, and I've only ever heard great things about him. Maybe not so much Blake, to be honest, but
I haven't heard. I've heard difficult, but
but with Ryan, I've only ever heard amazing things. So like hearing all of the chatter, I was like so sad about it. And because I just love everything he does. I love like Wrexham, like the football club that he has. Yeah. But anyways, aside from all that, I like to be delusional and just put some blinders on. But he was great. He was so nice in the conversation. He's so funny, like such a funny guy. He talked about,
he's so quick.
Yeah. He talked about his life and like his career and how
this is for the John Candy documentary.
And then got into the John Candy documentary that he's a producer on. And it was really, really cool. And now I'm really excited to see that documentary. I didn't go see it at TIFF, but I think it's going to be on, pretty sure it's Prime in October. So everybody can see it. But yeah, it was really cool to see.
Yeah, I was at the Prime upfronts where they basically showcase what they're going to have, and that was featured on it. And it looks to be...
Because Catherine O'Hara's in it too, right? Or is one of the producers on it,
There's a
right?
lot of Canadian icons that are like do interviews in it, and there's Bill Murray's in it. He talked about how he had to like basically beg him and his son begged Bill Murray to be in it to talk about it because Bill Murray lived with John Candy for a little bit. So yeah, really, really cool.
That is cool. I'm glad you went to that. That's very cool.
Well, I didn't want to bring this to the show, but I did have a bad experience with Ryan Reynolds.
Did you really?
Over the weekend.
Over
the weekend?
No, you didn't.
I did.
What happened?
I reached out last week and invited him here.
You did?
To my home. And I never heard back. No, I did. But I also understand that he's incredibly busy.
Yeah.
But I invited him to my home.
I'm glad that Was he going to be on an East Coast call with you?
I asked if he wanted to do a call with me.
I think that's smart.
And I never heard back. However, I think maybe it just didn't get to him, or the bot farms took it.
It could be the bot farms. You got to be aware of the bot farms.
But Ryan ghosted me, so there you go.
You know what? We can never forgive him. We must always trash him from now on.
I have to give a shout out for TIFF-wise, though. I saw J Balvin on Friday night.
Did you really?
Yes.
How is J Balvin doing? What's J Balvin up to?
J Balvin was...
By the way, what does he sing?
Okay, Despacito, and a lot of... J Balvin is a
huge in the Latin community.
Massive, singer. Well... J Balvin spent a lot of time in Meat Cove, Nova Scotia, the most northern tip of Nova Scotia, of Cape Breton, in a film.
Really?
Yeah, he played a detective in a film.
Oh,
that debuted at TIFF.
Okay, so you saw him, you saw the film?
No, I saw him. I went to the screening of the film called Little Lorraine. It's fantastic film. It's all about a cocaine ring. That was bringing coke through Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is it based on a true story?
It was based on a true story, directed by Andy Hines. Yeah. Adam Baldwin did all the music, and J Balvin was in it. And also the guy who played Rudy.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
So it was like Narcos, Nova Scotia.
Yes, it was wild. I had never heard of the story, but it was an incredibly done film. Also,
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, hang on. The main guy. Then they had an after party. Sean Astin, that's Rudy, right?
Yeah.
Stephen
from Lord of the Rings too.
Yes,
and Stranger Things.
Gollum.
Sean Astin was not Gollum.
I'm just kidding. Stephen Amell,
it was Samwise Gamgee. Excuse me.
I knew you'd correct me.
So upsetting.
But yeah, there was a big after party, and then it was. I didn't know that they were filming that, and I felt like I should have my pulse on that more.
You should, yeah.
But Little Lorraine, Nova Scotian film, J Balvin was in it. He played a detective.
I bet our friend producer Liz knows that. I bet she was there.
Producer Liz knows a little bit of everything. They had an open bar for the after party. Didn't see Liz there, but there was a lot of Nova Scotians there. Let me tell you, having a drink or two.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah. So my wife went to see, and this is, have you guys ever heard of Nirvana, the band, the show?
Sorry, what?
Have you never heard of this show?
I feel like I have.
So there used to be a channel called Viceland.
Oh, yes.
And it was in Canada and the United States. And it was basically the Vice television channel, because Vice used to be this huge underground magazine based out of Montreal. And then it built a huge online presence, and some sketchy stuff happened later. And now I think it's partially owned by the Saudi Arabian government, from what I understand.
It's still running, eh?
It's still running, but it went from being worth billions and then almost went bankrupt. And there was some... somebody, as an aside, somebody was running drugs through the Vice newsroom or something like that.
Shane Smith founded it. I remember that.
Yeah. So anyway, Viceland was interesting because it gave rise to shows that would have never made it on television anywhere else. And one of them was a comedy show out of Canada called Nirvana, the band, the show. And it's two guys, and the premise of the show is that they are trying to... They have a band that they've never practiced. They don't have any other members, just the two of them. And they're trying to get a show at a place called the Rivoli, which is a big downtown club in Toronto. And so they take a lot of the movies that we grew up with. So you like Jurassic Park and stuff like that. And they theme these various ways of trying to get a show at the Rivoli based on some of the old movies. So you get a lot of old references. But what's amazing about what they do is all of it is on the street, made up in real time. And so there are times where, like there's one scene I can remember from the show, and you can watch this for free on CBC Gem, where they end up in somebody's business pretending to fix their phone lines and stuff like that. Like, you wouldn't believe some of the situations they find themselves in, and they're all real. So like, I'm not, so like,
I like that.
It would be like if you and I went to a business and pretended that we were working for Bell Telephone and that we were going to fix their landlines and stuff like that, and then just walked in and they filmed it. And literally it's like guerrilla filming. It's crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so I think they had 3 seasons, and then they made the BlackBerry movie. And so they finally got the funding together to make this Nirvana, the band, the movie. And so my wife went with her friend.
Cool. And so they screened it at TIFF.
They screened it at TIFF, and it was like a midnight showing. And so apparently it was amazing, hilarious, really well done, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see a Canadian movie do so well.
Yeah.
And they also, like, at some point they did this guerrilla filming at Sundance too. They like snuck in and played their their episode at Sundance.
Oh, I kind of love that.
It's crazy. Like these guys are nuts.
It's an extension of the shows.
Yes, 100%.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's something worth checking out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And what was hilarious about it, because, you know, my wife is a couple years older than me and I'm 37, so she's 39. And she, like, it took her like 2 days to recover from a midnight showing. She was so tired. She slept. 2 days later, she slept like 12 hours. She was
sleeping it off.
Yeah. And it wasn't like she was drinking or anything. She just wiped.
I love that you're telling her age secrets and then her fatigue secrets, Adam. I think you should be quiet. I think you shouldn't say a word about that. I think you should.
I said to her, I'm like, listen,
what a rat.
These guys got to realize it's not 2015 anymore.
God,
like we can't be staying up all night like that anymore. Like that's not your audience. We all have kids. Like
I love seeing you out past midnight.
It's
I
rare.
haven't seen you out past midnight in a little while.
It's been a long time.
When it happens, it happens.
I love a good 9:45 bedtime these days. I'm like, once hockey comes back, it'll be a little bit later, but I'm a.
When does hockey come back?
Hockey comes back in October, first week.
What?
Yeah, and then it's all the way till mid-June next year.
I can't do this again.
What if you date Jax? What if you dated somebody who's a hockey fanatic like me? Like, what would you do? Because you don't like sports really watching at all.
What would I do?
Because you like to golf, but you don't watch golf.
I do watch golf.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I watch like the
Masters and stuff like that?
The bigger weekends. I would support them.
Would you?
I would support them and I'd say, let's go. And I'd say, whoo, go team. But maybe, I don't know, she'd take me to a game. Like you haven't.
Yes, I need to.
You haven't. Hang on. Will you take me to a Maple Leafs game?
I can't believe you've never
Toronto
been.
Maple Leafs. I'd love to come see you play, but Adam Wild won't take me, and I'd love to come. And I want to drink a Diet Coke in the stands and say, "Go, we got this year's the year." Hang on, did they fire all the Leafs?
Did they fire all the Leafs? No, most of them are back. Mitch Marner left, but everybody else is back.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, I think it is. They're gonna be a tough team this year. They're gonna be mean. You want to see some men in a fisticuffs?
Nope, I don't want to see.
You don't want to see a fight? Come on, you're from Nova Scotia and you don't want to see a Donnybrook? Come on.
I mean, I don't mind a good scrap here and there. Yeah. But I just think maybe we should try something new.
They are trying something new this year. It's different. This year's different, okay?